There were a lot of people around us that were from various communities. I had the privilege, now that I'm an adult, I realize it was a privilege to be around some of these people because they were culture bearers. They were people who came from communities, and we traveled a lot, which was a huge sacrifice, but I got to interact with people who were Shoshone, who were Navajo, Apache, they were Kumeyaay, they were Gabrieleno, they were from many different tribes. And so I got to be exposed to the different cultures, and then as the years went by, I got to hone my own cultural practice by interacting with these folks. And it started, I think, when I was a teenager. I really started to get this idea that the colleges were not for me because they weren't going to teach me my culture. Actually, they were going to ask me to divorce from the culture and assimilate further. And so what I did was I started to seek out culture bearers and artistic teachers who had already found the route to be a culture bearer, whether it's Mesoamerican or California Indian or just Southwestern American Indian culture in general. But that's where my apprenticeship started. It started by interacting with these folks. I would go to visit them. I would say all of them have passed on since then, since I was a teenager, and it's a very sad thing. And part of the apprenticeship is being highly responsible of the teachings they give you, because a lot of them are verbal. They're spoken. They're manual. They're teaching you these things, and they're not written down in books. And so the responsibility is for me to also teach them to other people as the years go by. And that's how the culture traditionally is kept alive. It's kept alive through these human interactions, these sometimes unspoken practices, right? They engender an understanding of culture and of being, of who we are. And so that's been the hardest one of the endeavors, is to follow through and go meet up with these folks and be patient too, because as an apprentice, you're in a situation where there's a huge age gap with the person you're learning from. So you have to be patient. You have to understand and make sense of what they're telling you, right? And also be aware that whatever perceptions you have, that it doesn't apply to them, because they're elders, they're older folks. They're living a different life than you. And so there's also that limitation in the apprenticeship of your expectation, right? You can't have an expectation. It's kind of make the best effort you can, get in contact with these people, take advantage of any time they're willing to offer you, and make sense the best you can of what they're teaching you, materialize it, and don't lament anything that you didn't get because of an expectation.